Welcome, everybody, to the first episode of our newest podcast, Nighttime Gamers. Not to be associated with the Night Crew, besides the fact that me and Riley are still hosts.
It's the same people.
Yeah, Eric Sky Media, they hired us again for another podcast.
We don't get paid, though,
here
so
we are.
Need, come on. You know what to do. Hit the like and subscribe. Come on.
Donate to the Patreon.
I tried to plug that last time. It didn't work. I am joined, of course, by co-host Riley Jones.
Yo.
And we have two guests today making his first appearance since the last episode got corrupted. Grayson Jones.
Hello.
And Elijah, also known as Code 19 on YouTube.
There are 7 billion people in the world. Quarter of that in each country. Yet, in America alone, each state.
Hold on, you sound like a terrorist right now.
We're all being held hostage right now. You're about to call the cops for your ransom or some shit.
I'm a little worried.
And there are 50 states in the United States of America. And even just specifically in one of them, not a single person has decided to ask the question that you gave the answer to.
What?
You're welcome.
I'm so fucking lost.
Okay.
So today, so on this new podcast, we will be strictly talking about things related to gaming. That is not just the games that we play, because I know for like me and Riley, for example, we play like 3 games, but we know a lot of other games and we have played others. So it's broadly gaming. We were going to incorporate it into the Night Crew podcast, but it just seemed better to do it this way and target more specific of y'all that want to just see gaming. So
Gamers rise up.
exactly. That was cringe. Today's topic is going to be hardcore games versus casual games. What that is defined, like what makes up hardcore and casual games. By the end of this episode, maybe we'll have like a definition. But for now, I don't know. I just figure some games are really on the more hardcore side, like throwing a spitball out there, Escape from Tarkov. It's definitely on the hardcore side of gaming. Then you have like Animal Crossing, which is
hey, don't you
really
dare
casual.
diss Animal Crossing as casual. That
Casual-
thing is hardcore beyond
Animal Crossing
belief.
is definitely a casual game.
Yeah.
You haven't
but-
played Animal Crossing.
So in the realm of hardcore versus casual games, I want to go ahead and ask the three of y'all, what are some questions you like to bring up about hardcore versus casual? Or you could ask something about either one of the categories on its own. Doesn't really matter. Just want to throw y'all out on the table first as a courtesy,
right.
as we do here at Nighttime Gamers. Or we try to.
You
I usually mess
guys,
it up.
I got what I'm asking, setting up. You guys got anything?
Grayson, you want to partake
Grayson?
here? I have something I can say, but give the guest
If you want to think
it.
about it.
I'll think about
For all of us, since we haven't given the definition of hardcore or casual, what in your own mind, what would you think if you saw hardcore and then you saw casual? What in your own mind would be the definition for that?
Wow. I said at the end of the episode.
Yeah, but I want to hear. I want to hear now, and then I want to hear later, before and after. Maybe if maybe it changes at the end.
Get some new opinions.
That's
Yeah.
smart. Okay, I see.
So we'll start with Grayson.
In my opinion, that's fine. We'll
Oh,
start with
you
Grayson.
can go first. You can go first.
All right, I'll go first. In my opinion, hardcore definitely means it has like hardcore doesn't necessarily do this, but to me it carries certain qualities about it with it, and usually that's things like the time you have to put into it and the sadness in it. I feel like to me a lot of hardcore games come with a lot of sadness.
So essentially what you're saying is that Animal Crossing is a hardcore game.
No, that's why I don't think my description is really correct, but that's just what I think of. Casual games are more like you could hop on for 15 minutes and be fine.
Feel accomplished.
Well, to me, there's
Yeah.
like every game can be casual, can be hardcore, but there's a certain threshold that it has to cross. Like to be considered in the public eye as a hardcore game. Like your casual game, like some people plays it, some people don't. But when it gets to the point where like the people who do play it like start mocking, like, oh, this guy's new, screw him, go kill him a bunch of whole times. That's the point where it starts to get a little hardcore, like only those people are allowed to play kind of thing.
I can see that.
Big
I think a lot of
learning
people share
curve,
your
is that-
opinion. Yeah.
For example, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Good God.
Specifically the third one? Or just
Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 is notorious for having a bunch of people online just decimating new players for no reason other than their personal satisfaction because they can't get off to internet.
my God, you have obviously not played much Rust. Do you think that's the peak of that?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know you play a lot of the fighting games, so I could see that. But so are you saying that all hardcore games have a veteran player base that shits on people?
Yes. The
I can agree with
majority
that.
at least.
I could definitely agree with that. Oh, 100% agree with that. Grayson, what are your definitions?
When I think of hardcore games, I normally tend to think of things that are like relentless and unforgiving normally. Like you have to be either the best at it or you tend to be some of the worst. It's like a big learning curve most of the time. But in casual games, it's more like anyone's good at it, really.
Okay. I could definitely see
Yeah.
that. That honestly, the biggest like or example I have of that would be like Minecraft. You could be hardcore speedrunning, or you could just be fucking making farms and shit.
Yeah.
So I could definitely see that.
We can also go with like Call of Duty and whatnot because you can just do like just go in random match, or you can do
Oh,
like
God,
well, I
yeah.
guess not Call of Duty. That's not a good one. Rainbow Six Siege would be a better one because you have a ranked playlist and you have like a casual playlist. And either way, you can go casual and just mess around. That's pretty fun. Or you go ranked where you got to really focus. It can take time and you can continuously lose and then not feel that accomplishment of getting that next rank. So some games, like you were saying with Minecraft, you can choose it or make it to be casual or hardcore depending on how you want it to be.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm
I
sure
mean,
we'll go into big
I'd
lists
say
of that.
Call of Duty was an ample example. Because like you
Well-
have a whole bunch of the community like, oh, this guy hasn't even reached level 1 prestige, which takes like 5 months of nonstop 24 hours,
Yeah.
24/7 gameplay.
What Call of Duty were you playing?
It's a hyperbole example.
I hope
Like,
so.
One of the
good
ones with the
God.
jetpacks.
Like you'd have to put so much time and effort into getting prestige for COD.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree. And that is a hardcore aspect of that. Riley, I believe now is your turn to answer your
I
question.
have to agree with all of y'all. I would just say to round it out, the feeling accomplished.
No. You can't take middle ground here. You have to make your own opinion.
Okay, then it would be the feeling of accomplishment, pretty much. So, like for example, like you were saying, Tarkov, one of those things where you can hop in continuously and just get destroyed. Reasons that you don't know how.
You can say shit on. We're not
Okay, shit on. Like say you want to go on, you want to level up, or you want to get a certain amount of money. As in, I'm very bad at doing both. But you have an hour to play. Most of the time, you're not going to accomplish what you want to do within that hour because some raids can take 45 minutes, and then sometimes you can just keep getting on one and just dying immediately. So that sense of accomplishment. I mean, some people can do that and get in for an hour and get the money that they want and get out. Usually those are the veterans, such as like Landmark and people of that nature that they can just shit on everyone and get their
Streamers.
So it kind of depends on the. All I gotta say is accomplishment. If you accomplish something in that game that's pretty simple, like you can do it pretty easy within the first 20, 30 minutes, then a decent accomplishment, I would say that's more of a casual game. So like Minecraft, you build a house. Well, my houses take fucking 20 seconds because they're the smallest shits ever just to hold what I need. And that's it. The shit shack is what I like to call all my buildings. But yeah, so that would be an accomplishment for me. So
And that's a casual accomplishment because of the easiness of it.
The ease of not getting 360 no scoped while trying to build my little home.
Just
Minecraft replay.
RL craft, man. Those skeletons, dude. Those skeletons.
Okay, I think we covered quite a lot there. I agree with everybody, and I think that the definition of hardcore to casual games are too complex to put into one term. I couldn't even think of how to do that.
Plus, like, Call of Duty kind of ruined the term hardcore because the hardcore mode in that game.
Yeah, this is very true.
Hardcore is just fucking easier than casual in that game,
Yeah.
honestly.
Just run around with pistols and
God,
just
I hate
shotguns.
hardcore Call of Duty. I'm just gonna put that out there. I hate hardcore. I never
I
want to
think
play hardcore.
hardcore is specifically just for ranking up like pistols and stuff of that nature. The guns that where you would
Yeah,
literally
literally. Like, I want to get diamond
get, people,
shotguns.
yeah,
go
the
play
people that
hardcore.
run in there with like the AUGs or the M4s and sit in that they hate themselves 100%.
Okay. Grayson, did you have time to formulate a question you wanted to
For
bring
the
up?
most part. Yeah. So when you go into, let's say, a casual game, do you tend to take it like seriously or kind of like laid back as compared to a hardcore game?
I would honestly say, well, it kind of depends. A casual game that I've done like played a lot of and like consistently and put in a bunch of hours would be like Skyrim when that first came out. One of those where it's pretty easy. Like there's no PvP. It's all PvE, and most of depending on where you go, it's not too challenging, and you just keep ranking up. But it's one of those where you put in a shit ton of time, and you're like sitting there just going. You're not focusing on anything else. You're just strictly on that game. So I would say that Don't know how to follow up with that. my brain just hit a wall. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. I kind of got to think about it a little more. Elijah, are you...
I forgot the question. I'm sorry.
You want to repeat the question,
I
Grace?
spaced out for like 2 seconds.
So when you go into like a casual game, how like do you tend to take it like seriously or kind of like laid back?
So you're asking if I'm a sweat lord? No, I'm not.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh no, I've seen you on Uno, man.
I don't know.
The
I've seen you on
amount of
Smash
times you
and
hit
Uno.
us up for Uno. I'm a little worried to play with you.
Don't worry. As long as I choose a bad character, you're fine.
On Smash, bro, I've seen you literally, knowing I'm a noob, hand my ass to me 8 times in a row.
No, I
Okay.
did that to show you, okay, this is what you're entering into. Be prepared. I'm one of the worst.
Oh, God.
Sounds a little terrifying.
I actually find myself taking casual games that are based around creativity and building. Like, I wouldn't say Minecraft, but more like a Satisfactory, Factorio. I would say maybe Valheim, but I haven't played it enough to really say that. God, there's another one, a big one I can't think of right now. But those kind of games where it's just casually progressing and going through certain steps to get to certain
Animal
things.
Crossing.
I find no fucking Animal Crossing. I tried playing that for 10 minutes. I
Space
could not.
Engineers or something like that.
That's the game I was thinking of, Space
Yeah, yeah.
Engineers. But that one's a little more on the hardcore side, in my opinion.
How?
But because it's
Explain this.
the real-time physics and all that make it very difficult to actually
I think the
accomplish anything.
real-time physics makes it more of a casual game because then you can just spend hours just ramming yourself into a wall for fun.
If that's your goal, go for it. That's easy.
It's money well
I
spent.
have
then.
crashed many times. It's not my goal. But I find myself becoming more on a overcomplicating those casual games when it's all based around creativity. Like I wanna turn something simple like getting a conveyor belt from point A to point B into like a super complex sorting system that divides across an autonomous network of processing machines. Like I always go way too far with it.
Yeah, no, me.
So I take casual games and turn them hardcore when it comes to the creativity side.
No, when it comes to the adventure side, I think I'm where you're at with the creativity. Like my creative side is next to none.
Yeah.
I'll build my little shit shack home and then I'm off to explore. Whereas you'll
Well,
spend fucking days.
now I want to see how you play Ace Attorney.
Ace Attorney. I played that with you.
Yeah, you played like the first case of the third game.
Because it was boring. I just like the memes.
It's all about the memes.
Elijah, do you have a question you want to bring up about casual versus hardcore games?
Well, with what I brought up, there's the threshold. My question to you, what is the threshold?
Threshold between what makes it casual and hardcore? Like,
What makes it
so like-
casual to hardcore?
We're
What's the
talking like the
threshold
line in
there?
between the two.
Yeah, like
think we could-
what makes a casual game into a hardcore game?
I think that's mostly just around the people playing it. They kind of set
mechanics.
the standards. Yeah, they use mechanics to set standards of what is the casual side of it and what is the hardcore side of it. I think it ties into the definitions we gave. People take those aspects like accomplishments in the game and they make it like they transcend the basic accomplishments of like building a base in Minecraft and make it like building an autonomous mob grinder, and that becomes the hardcore side of doing it, or like surviving 100 days in hardcore without dying on Minecraft. I see that one everywhere. That they take a simple accomplishment and they like stretch it out fucking vastly, and that's where they start to create the threshold. But the threshold is not solid; it's always moving. Somebody's always going to top somebody else. Somebody's always going to do worse than someone else.
So what you're saying is threshold
So it
is
goes back
within
and
the
forth.
player's mind, pretty much.
Yeah, it's within the player base.
Okay.
So what the player base is doing defines where that threshold sits. Just put it right in the middle between the most hardcore of the people and the most casual.
Okay.
All right.
I'm done.
I don't really have a. I would just say it depends on the player themselves. You know, that's how you decide between to find that or that threshold. It's really just within, like you were saying, you can go into Minecraft and just build, or you could do the 100 day of hardcore. It's all within the player. So, it's all. That's pretty much it. It's, in my opinion, it's within the whole.
So you don't think are you talking about somebody who's not comparing themselves to other
so
players?
it's just like within their own
Just
mind. So
playing
like you're
myself.
talking about like the broad spectrum of everyone playing. I'm talking literally like the sole single player within themselves. So it'd be different for all of us.
Well, I think that's actually a good point. Casual people just play for themselves, while hardcore people will compare themselves no matter what.
True.
That's a good point.
Very good.
I like that. I like that a lot because I think of that a lot with like games like Valorant, where you have like a ranking system and you can literally see leaderboards of where you are. The people that actually care about that have to be comparing themselves to other people, or else they won't know where the line is to beat.
This is true.
While the casual people like me are just trying to get out of silver.
One day.
Fighting games are a lot like that because a more recent game that I've had experience in, Soul Calibur 6. I go into online. There's no ranked mode that people actually play. So like you go into a casual lobby, you got these scrub lords just spamming short nightmares straight at you.
Is that an attack?
No, it's okay. So
No, like
in
combos.
Soul Calibur has a create a character system that you can use an existing character's moveset for. Shorter characters are both harder to hit and do more damage.
Oh, okay.
And Nightmare, it does a whole bunch of damage on his own. So you can imagine what a Nightmare with +2 attack can do.
I don't think any of us are going to be able to identify
I'm
with
trying very hard.
Fair
here.
enough.
you've seen, unfortunately. Yeah. My extent of fighting games is Super Smash Bros. And Mortal Kombat.
So let me put it like this.
No, I understand what you said.
Let's say you're playing Siege, right? You walk out, you peek a corner, instantly get shot in the head.
That sounds like my Siege experience, yeah.
Yeah, imagine that 50 times in a row.
Still along the lines.
That sounds like a normal ranked experience for me.
I think I
In a
understand now.
single game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Only.
Yeah, that's basically playing against a nightmare.
Yeah, that's why I don't like playing Siege. That's probably why I wouldn't like playing that game either.
Grayson, where is the threshold lie for you, and what defines it?
I would have to put it in the specific game's mechanics and the player's skill set, because everyone plays differently, everyone adjusts to games differently, and how they kind of handle it, like especially stressful situations. I'm not the best with stress. I get like it becomes hard to function, so it's kind of like what people can handle really, and how the game kind of gives them a chance to do that.
This man just bought Tarkov.
Do you think the game of stress?
I'm enjoying it though.
Well, that's good.
There's a name for a show, the game of stress.
I would literally call that what Tarkov is. Okay, so that's kind of along the lines that can kind of tie into Riley's idea, where the mechanics. Well, no, because the mechanics couldn't do stress separately over how it affects other players. I would think that the game mechanics you're talking about specifically become more stressful and more hardcore the more complex you make the situations, like what I was talking about with taking a creative game like Satisfactory and taking a simple conveyor belt from point A to point B and making it like a fucking grid, like a mile big.
Mm.
So yeah, I could definitely see how game mechanics could either help that or hinder it.
Yeah.
But I think some games inherently have game mechanics that are inherently more hardcore, like for the fucking 5th appearance in a row, Tarkov, or DayZ, those kind of things. I don't know. That's just me though. What are you saying, Elijah? I've definitely cut you
Another
off.
thing to take into account is how broken some of the things are in the game and how much that's abused.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. And how fast devs work to fix
example
it.
of would be Siege yet again with Ash's hitbox. The amount of times people would choose Ash.
I don't think they're changing it.
They never will.
I need to play more of the games you guys do, because all I can think of for examples are fighting games.
That's okay. Say it. There's people in the audience that will understand what you're
100%.
saying.
Ultimate
I'm trying my
Marvel
best.
versus Capcom 3
Again.
a broken mess. And that's what makes it a competitive game, because you go online, you get TOD'd the moment the round starts.
Oof.
For those of you who don't know, TOD is touch of death.
That sounds like Head Eyes and Tarkov.
That sounds bad. Yeah. I was gonna,
Yeah, like they touch you once and they get you into an infinite combo that it obliterates your health bar without any chance of getting out. So,
Oh my god, that's like when you played Jason in MX10.
yeah.
Did I say MXMK10?
Yeah, there's a prime example. Jason is broken in that game.
Literally take half my fucking health bar with one combo. Like, what
Now
the
imagine that twice in a row, like twice without stop. Like you don't have a chance to get up.
fuck? So is it the more broken the game mechanics are, like not just buggy and glitchy, but abusive, the more hardcore a game gets? And
The
that
more
has to be
hardcore a game
specifically.
could become.
Yeah, I would think that would have to specifically apply to PvP games and not
Yeah.
creative games, because exploits in creative games are only good. They can only make it more casual and an easier experience, or else it wouldn't be an exploit or a glitch. Actually, I take that back. You could definitely like glitch and lose your inventory or something, but that doesn't make it more hardcore. That's just a pain in the ass.
That's just disappointment and depression right there.
Yeah, but bugs and glitches in PvP games can make or break you in it.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit, I feel like I'm going to reference this game all the fucking time. But in Tarkov, There's a glitch where your weapon stays in your hand and you're like in the middle of reloading. You
Hey,
can't do anything. You just like
do you want to give the rundown of what Tarkov is, seeing as we have not give a single like description of it?
Nobody knows what Tarkov is. I'd be surprised, but Tarkov, you definitely do. Tarkov is a hardcore looter shooter
Milsim.
where you go into matches, milsim, hyper realistic, where you go into matches with people and you fight for contested loot spots and whatnot and fight each other in order to make it out, survive, and add these items into your player safe inventory. And you build up a collection of things and money and you rinse and repeat.
So it's kind of like a battle royale in a sense.
Okay.
In
The
a
only
very
thing I
small,
knew before
any
about
very
that.
small sense.
I don't
as
know
being
about that.
all put in one area. Like it's a stretch. It's a stretch, but I'm trying to make it a little simpler.
It's a pretty big stretch.
It's a looter shooter.
Okay.
I like
The only thing I knew about Tarkov before you explained is that it takes place in Russia, and that I try to give you the conversion rate of the U.S. dollars whenever
To
you talk
Russian
about. Okay, I got
rubles.
this many rubles.
Okay.
I do remember that. What is it? Is rubles an actual currency, or is that like a
It's an actual
paraphrase
currency.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, Russians.
Sorry,
I'm not very educated. Sorry, Putin. No, you're listening. Oh God.
There goes their podcast.
Oh.
Sir,
Blown up.
these people mentioned you in their podcast, apologizing for
Hey.
nothing.
He looks great in that picture with a bear,
Okay, now you're
Respect.
sucking up.
killing it.
Listen, any man
weakness.
that's
Cheeky
willingly
breeky.
shaking, that's willing. What was his name?
What?
God, I forgot his name. Never mind. It was not. It was an '80s action movies actor.
There's a lot of those.
Exactly. I forgot his name.
Okay.
What movie was he in?
Um.
Did you
Good
forget
question. Next
Oh
question.
God, you lost
It's
it.
over, it's over.
All right, so I think we defined that pretty well with the threshold.
Okay.
I don't know. To me, really, all in all, it just seems that the threshold of between casual and hardcore gaming is defined by so many things, just like the definition of the game categories itself.
I think
It's really
in the
hard to narrow
public-
down.
I think in the public eye, the way to identify hardcore versus casual, how much you want to kill yourself while playing.
I would agree with
Yeah.
that, honestly.
Mhm.
Well, that's an extreme, but I would agree that how much pain it brings you on the inside is a huge factor on how hard the
Is
game
it causing you depression when you play? It's hardcore.
It's like me playing DayZ when you run. Actually, it's more like Riley when you run 20
running
kilometers
simulator.
and you get sniped by some guy named George who lives in a church. So,
Fuck that guy. Bro.
I'll never forget
Fuck that guy.
that. I have a question, and this is super simple, but that's what I wanted to ask. What is everybody's 2 favorite hardcore games that they identify themselves as hardcore? I don't care what limits you put on it. And 2 favorite casual games. And go.
Okay.
All right, who's going
I'll
first?
start. I
Whoever
would
wants to.
say casual. I would say Call of Duty in the sense of zombies, not within the multiplayer. The zombies, I feel like you can literally like just go on there and you have conversations with people that don't really get interrupted until you get to a certain time of certain round. But most of the time, you're just sitting there chit chatting
Yeah.
with people and just kind of having fun. You're not really stressing.
They literally used to do game commentaries structured around playing
Yeah.
zombies because it was so easy.
So that is my one casual. I'll go to my hardcore Escape from Tarkov. I can't have a conversation in that game other than giving call outs or trying to explain something within that game. There's no just kind of peaceful conversation of how's your day, this and that. It's shut the fuck up, I hear someone. Like, so that's my hardcore.
Shut the fuck
Yeah.
up! Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Stop moving, crouch.
Whenever we're just in a Discord call, you guys are playing Tarkov. It's like comms.
Yes.
You're
Shut
spending
up!
more-
Did you hear that?
You guys spend more time telling us to stop talking than you are listening to the
Exactly,
conversation.
Exactly.
There's no time for talking in the
No,
game.
there's really not. It's
But what about
Talk-
the second
talk
game in
about
each
dying.
category that you were gonna go for?
I would say, Skyrim is definitely my second favorite casual game. I think most story games are going to be on the casual side to a certain extent. I don't play too many story games, but most of my experiences with them are definitely casual. But Skyrim is definitely the top one. And another hardcore one would either be, I would honestly put Rust up there, if I'm being completely honest, because the amount of times that I've wanted to
Are you just taking my fucking
sell
list?
my PC after playing that game is.
Y'all play the same.
Yeah, we only play the same 3 games. What do you want?
Fucking, I gotta change my list now.
No, you
No,
can
you
just
don't.
add.
He said no
Yeah, you can
limitations.
just add off to it.
I can agree.
But I don't know.
Maybe add
Rust is
one.
one of those where you got to put in the time, and sometimes you're not going to get any gratification out of doing that time.
Sometimes 3 months straight.
Yeah. So I haven't touched the game in about 2.5 months. You know, doing pretty good. Went from one depression game to the next.
Yeah, you didn't really translate
No,
anything.
no.
you just transferred. Same
Oh, I didn't-
therapist, different
Yeah.
topic.
Oh, I didn't get rid of my depression. I just moved it to a different game.
That's pretty much what fucking happened. Oh,
Just change
Grayson?
the reason. I would have to think about it because I don't really play many hardcore games besides Tarkov, which I haven't played enough to like really analyze it. Like I like it so far, so I guess that would be one that I would put there. But for like casual play, I'd have to say Minecraft is one of the biggest ones.
Oh yeah, you played the fuck out of the Minecraft worlds I set up, which we need to do again. But you played the fuck out of it.
I've been missing RL Craft. Like I've been seeing like videos.
Have
and
you?
shit. Yeah, it was fun.
I did enjoy it.
It was?
relentless, but it was fun.
I had fun with it.
I don't know what kind of RL craft you were playing.
I
Wasn't
mean,
the same as we were.
I don't tend to take games like super serious. I don't get all like agitated when I die. It's just kind of like funny. Like, wow, I am shit at this game, and I don't know. It's just funny to me.
Well, I mean,
I'd have to say what.
I don't know. I feel like we just said
I
interrupting.
thought someone was gonna say something.
I was just gonna say something, but he cut himself off. But
Did you have
what
something
were we
you
gonna
wanted
say,
to say?
Elijah?
I mean, I think for RL craft specifically, the frustrating thing is the amount of times you die and how frequently it is.
Yeah, it does suck
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
You just spawn in and immediately get sniped by a skeleton. Respawn. There's a dragon above you.
So you know you're drowning in the water.
Yep.
No place to go.
Yeah, you
Yep.
spawn in the middle of the fucking ocean.
You respawn after that. You're in the middle of the ocean with a siren right in its range.
Me and Elijah played the same RL Craft. I don't know what the fuck y'all were playing. Keep going, Grayson.
We played the. sorry.
Oh,
No, go ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
for
We
it.
already talked.
oh, okay.
It's your list.
I'd have to for the second casual game, which is like a personal favorite of mine. I would have to say Dying Light. That's one of my. I consider
I
it
like it.
casual, unless you get into like Be the Zombie, then it's like gets kind of competitive and things like that. But the story and playing with other people is pretty nice.
Yeah, the multiplayer definitely stressed me out when we did that one time. But I love Dying Light too. I would definitely consider that a casual game.
But yeah, I can't think of a second hardcore game that I've played besides Rust, but I was never really good at that.
Yeah, you played most of the role-playing servers and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, those are definitely not like the most casual things still, but I don't think it's the extent of the hardcore side of the game.
Yeah.
hmm
But I never
Dark
played most of
Souls.
it, no.
Oh.
Never played it, but
Yeah, I hear a lot of bad things about Dark Souls.
Grace is stealing my list too.
You should have went first.
yeah.
Elijah, two favorite
All right,
casual
so-
games, two favorite hardcore games.
For two favorite casual, I'm gonna have to go with Pavlov VR.
That's casual to you? Holy shit!
I play zombies on there.
Yeah, that was hardcore for me,
even
bro.
still.
That was so hard. The amount of times that this man had to tell me you forgot to fucking reload, you idiot, was extended, bro.
You'd be walking around the map and there's Riley in the corner of Pavlov.
Just fucking click.
How do I reload?
I don't know why it's not shooting. I didn't have to ask who I was looking at.
it's always
That's right.
Pavlov and casual Street Fighter 5.
Never played that.
Exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
So I love Street Fighter 5.
SF5 is.
I want to get the arcade machine for that one in my house.
It's like starting out with a bit casual, but as you progress, it'll become hardcore for you. I haven't gotten to that point yet, though.
Heard.
For hardcore, I actually have 3 games for that.
Go for it. I was going to do 3
Alright,
too, actually.
You're not gonna have any after this.
UMVC 3, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
That definitely wasn't on mine.
Super Smash Bros.
That's hardcore to you?
Listen, when you go try playing tournaments, even locally,
Okay, yeah.
I can
no, I
imagine
understand.
those being a shit show.
I always saw people
And-
playing on the couch in the dorms, like on the big TV. I was like, they were going at it, bro. They were like, I was like, holy fuck. Somebody get that guy some water.
and number 3, Animal Crossing.
Oh no.
Yep.
Fucking
Animal
idiot.
Crossing New Horizon
Okay.
is
You did that just to spite me.
is the most hardcore game you can play because of the difficulty curve that happens around the 3rd day.
You're just talking out your ass. No, it's not.
I'm
hardcore
not. I'm
game.
talking out of experience here.
I literally watch videos of people picking up like plants and selling to them the fucker and just like winning.
No,
Listen,
trying to catch
you
the
don't understand
tarantulas.
the economy.
Terrifying.
You don't understand the economy Timmy and Tommy Nook have created.
God. That is not a hardcore game. I don't care how loosely we set the boundaries. That is not a hardcore game.
You're trying to race other people to make the best island possible. I don't care what you say. It's hardcore as balls.
I cannot agree with that. I can't. So for my list, I also want to do 3 hardcore games because I was having a hard time deciding between 2. But for casual, I would say number 1 would probably be Call of Duty Zombies as well. Because Riley wanted to take my list. But the amount of fucking hours put into that, I can't not put it up there. That is a great example of a casual experience, just sitting there playing zombies.
Not for me. Not for me. I'm
Maybe
sorry.
not for you. For me, I know Kino Naruto in like the back of my fucking hand. I could probably do it blindfolded for a bit. But
Listen, it's hardcore. You don't understand. You have people bragging about how they speed ran Origins Easter egg, and you start yelling at people for not knowing how to get a single staff piece.
okay, so maybe some maps are hardcore, but I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the
And then you have other people like, oh, you
basic
haven't
ones.
even reached around 25? Scrub.
that is a scrub.
Get out of my sight. You haven't reached level 50.
Man, how's the point?
Fuck you. I tried. For my second casual game, I'd have to say Minecraft. I want to be more specific though.
You prefer
I hate,
modded Minecraft.
Yeah, I hate vanilla Minecraft. I can't stand playing vanilla Minecraft. But modded Minecraft, I could play it. You saw on the server, I literally built a whole like industrial fucking complex. Like, I love just sitting there for hours casually playing Minecraft and building shit. I don't think there's a single thing in that game that you can't create, honestly. I
Your
really don't.
goal for Minecraft is to stop playing as quickly as possible.
It is sometimes. Should go to bed now.
Yeah.
If I get them now, I'll go to bed by 5.
Solid 1.5
I'll be
hours of
tired.
sleep before school the next day.
Exactly. For hardcore games, fuck you, Riley. But my number one is Escape from Tarkov as well. I mean, in the past 2 months, I put in 300 hours solidly, which isn't nearly as much as I was putting into Rust, but
Rust could be a more
It's just
forgiving
so-
game.
yeah, definitely. Tarkov is probably the most hardcore game in my opinion. I have played Dark Souls, and I say that still doesn't compare.
Yeah.
Tarkov, the reason why I think it makes such a great hardcore game is the fact that those accomplishments are hard to reach, but holy fuck, they are rewarding in that game. Things like you might have just died 3 raids in a row to some sniper, but the next raid, and a raid is a match for those of you who don't know. The next match, you kill a squad of 3, and that makes up for the whole fucking night. Holy shit, I just did that. Accomplishments in that game are triple the downfalls, unless you're me last night.
If I die to one more person,
For number
in a bush,
2 and
I'm never
3?
playing this game again.
Oh, I said for 2 days.
That's pretty much.
Yeah.
That's like me saying I'm never playing again for you.
I was serious.
2 days, I won't touch this game.
For number 2 and 3, I can't really pick one or the other, so I'm saying both. One of them is Bloodborne. That is the Dark Souls type game. Man, that game was fun. It was hard, and it was really hard progressing from area to area, especially with the booby traps and shit. Fucking hate that. But the game's story and mechanics made it feel very rewarding, which is what I think makes up a good hardcore game. How rewarding can it feel? And the third spot would be Onward, the VR milsim shooter.
Okay.
I know most people probably don't know what that is, but it's literally just a 5v5
It's more
game.
realistic Pavlov.
It's a hyper realistic Pavlov. No HUD, nothing. It's as realistic a VR game as there is out there for shooters, and it is super fun. You feel like you're in a fucking battlefield when you're playing that game with the immersion, especially with people in radio comms in your ear and shit. You can literally fly fucking drones around and on the ground too.
I mean, that makes
It's
sense. That's just with quarantine going on. That's how military people train.
What?
Would you be surprised?
So yeah,
bit.
somewhat.
I don't know about that one. Yeah, those. I still think Tarkov triumphs over all of them. I would play that any day over any of those other ones.
Yeah.
But I consider myself more of a hardcore gamer, so there you go. All right. Did anybody want to alter their list at all?
I'd still take it.
I mean, I have a third option for my casual.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Assassin's Creed 2.
Oh,
Never mind.
Oh.
All right, if Logan were right here, he'd be sucking your dick.
It's true. It was a good game.
I mean, I could I could go for a worse game in the series. Assassin's Creed 3.
What?
Objectively, it's worse than 2.
But the worst in the series?
No, I said I could go worse than that.
Oh, I thought you said the worst in the series.
No, if I said I
way.
was going to go worse than the series, I would have said Syndicate.
I love Syndicate. That was a good one, in my opinion. I would say 1 through 5 Assassin's Creed is the only really solid one.
I think I only played the second one.
Yeah.
All right.
Aside from Rogue.
But
Screw Rogue.
that's not in 1 through 5, is it? I thought it came after Black Flag. Could have sworn I did.
No, technically that would be the 5th game.
Oh, 1 through 4, my bad. 1, 2, Revelations, 3, and Black Flag.
You're forgetting Brotherhood.
Oh, yeah. Brotherhood.
We're going numbered here. Dude, I remember what back when was it Unity? I think it was Unity. When Assassin's Creed Unity was coming out. People were speculating oh my god, it's Connor's coming back. Cuz
I thought they killed him off at the end of 3.
No.
Epilogue.
No. Spoilers. Desmond dies.
Everybody knows that. Play the game.
Exactly. But And like everyone, when Unity was coming out, was like, "Oh my God, Connor's coming back," because before then, like all the numbered games were introducing new characters, while like just subtitles had old characters. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh my God, Connor's coming back! Surprise! It's some French dude that you had to play Rogue for to know.
Yeah, but people should have known that. It was based on the French Revolution. That's their own dumbass fault.
Yeah, but like, no, Benjamin Franklin invited Connor to go to France with him during that time.
I don't know. I don't know the specifics.
So like the timeline lined up. Everyone thought, oh my God, it's all lining up. It's Connor. And then nope, French guy no one knows about.
Did y'all hear they have an Assassin's Creed VR in development?
I did not.
Yeah. I can't wait to play. I can't wait, man.
I think it's going to be pretty good. People are saying it's going to fail. I think people just want it to fail.
I mean, as long as it's like exclusively VR with like the VR headset and stuff. Not like how Hitman did it, where you had to hold like a controller and do that all that.
No, it's exclusively VR. I mean,
All
think
right,
about
good.
the game mechanics of stabbing and slicing and shit. That feeds into VR very well.
Mm-hmm.
So I doubt they wouldn't do it.
Dude, I'm just imagining like the satisfaction of using the hidden
Yeah.
blade for
In
finally
VR, yeah, I'm fucking.
after so long.
I'm gonna look like a little fucking geek in my room, like.
Spider-Man in it.
My mom walks in. What the fuck are you doing? Stabbing the shit out of people.
I'm stabbing people beyond death.
Call the doctor. I don't know what's wrong. Well, unfortunately, gents, we are out of our time today. I expect Grayson and Elijah, y'all will be back in some episodes pretty consistently. Perhaps. I hope so. But this has been the first episode of Nighttime. That's episode. Episode. Fancy for episode. First episode, Nighttime Gamers. Expect.
Thank you for viewing the first episode of.
Exactly.
Expect very similar formats with different topics. Let us know in the comments what topics you'd like to talk us about. Wait, I fucking said that wrong. Talk for us to talk about. I think they get it. We want to know. We all want to hear. We talk to each other in Discord all the time. We don't care. So bring up topics for us, and we will be sure to talk about them. Also, in light of us using this new program, Riverside.fm, not sponsored. We will
Send us the bag,
You have to
Riverside.
say it. Yeah, it's a good. Please sponsor. We will be doing Twitch streams on my channel of this podcast, as well as eventually doing live call-ins when there's a big enough audience. So that's Speculative Futures. Also, the Night Crew podcast will be coming back. We've had some technical difficulties for the past few weeks,
Blame
and I've
Grayson.
been moving. Don't blame Grayson.
Yeah.
It's just a video file, not him. But the Night Crew podcast will be back. Same old people, same old podcast. Just gonna have to wait a bit. Thank you.
And prove these people wrong. Show them that Animal Crossing is competitive beyond belief.
I dare you to try to prove me that.
Someone will.
Thank you again, Grayson and Elijah, for joining us, and Riley, as always.
Pleasure.
Would you like to sign the people off?
Of course. I don't know how to do it here. It's a new podcast, but I'd also like to point out within the comments, please let us know if you want us to do the same kind of format how we did. We had just kind of a topic idea. We just went kind of crazy with it, or if you want us to have pinpoints of each topic to go off of, before we even start the podcast, make it a little more run through a little easier. I enjoyed this a lot, but yeah, a little more structured. See if that's what y'all want to do. Once again, thank you guys for stopping by, and I hope you all have a great night.
And before this ends, I just want to say, Alaric, Sky, whatever, I don't care anymore. You're a brony and I have proof.
Good night.